Hello everyone, welcome back to Mentors Academy. So this is the fourth day of our daily current affairs series. Today's updates are extremely important for both prelims and mains, so state PCS exams, EPFO, CAPF and other competitive exams, touching on economy, education, social justice, environment and cutting edge science. So let's get into the headlines first. GST 2.0 with a simplified two-slab structure. Anganwadis to be linked with schools for early learning. UDID card mandatory for welfare schemes. Uh, CJI declares dignity as the soul of the constitution. India launches its first vulture conservation portal. 1500 crore scheme to boost critical mineral recycling. Mazurana particles explode for quantum computing. So now let's explore these articles one by one. The first up, we have GST 2.02 slab structure cleared. Right, so the GST Council in its 56th meeting has approved a simplified two slab structure of 5% and 18% effective from September 22, 2025, replacing the earlier four slabs of 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. Right, so the 5% slab includes essentials like milk products, namkeens, footwear, fertilizers, insurance, and textiles. The 18% slab includes consumer durables like TVs, ACs, small cars, and motorcycles up to 350cc. And the 40% slab, it's a special one for sin and luxury goods like tobacco, pan masala, aerated drinks, and luxury vehicles, right? So this move is seen as a major tax reform aimed at simplifying compliance, uh, boosting consumption, and timed strategically ahead of the festive season. So the UPSC relevance, it links to fiscal federalism, indirect taxation reforms, and consumption-led growth models, right? So the next article we have here is Anganwadis to be linked with schools for early learning. The government plans to integrate nearly 11 lakh Anganwadis with nearby schools under Poshan 2.0 and National Education Policy 2020 framework. So launched under ICDS, Integrated Child Development Scheme in 1975, Anganwadis are key to nutrition and early education in rural areas. So the focus is now on foundational literacy, smooth transition to schooling, and play-based learning from age 3. Right? It's supported by digital dashboards for tracking child progress. So the UPSC relevance here, it's important for themes of early childhood care, equity in education and nutritional outcomes under GS paper 2. Right. So the next article we have here is less than 40% disabled persons have UDID, UDID for welfare access. So government data shows that less than 40% of disabled persons currently possess a valid unique disability ID card, which is mandatory to access 17 central welfare schemes. So the UDID, so the UDID launched under RPWD Act of 2016 was meant to streamline delivery and prevent duplication of benefits by centralizing disability data. So far, over 88 lakh UDID cards have been issued. So the government also plans to introduce color-coded cards, such as white for 80% disability. So, however, delays in certification and glitches in the digital portal are limiting access, leaving a majority outside the system. So the UPSC relevance of this article says it highlights gaps in inclusive governance, digital service delivery, and rights-based targeting of welfare benefits. Right. So the fourth article we have here is about a right to dignity. It's an important one, right to dignity. The Chief Justice of India calls it Constitution's soul. So the Chief Justice of India, Justice Gawai, has declared that human dignity as the guiding principle of constitutional interpretation. Article 21, that Article 21 guarantees right to life with dignity, which the Supreme Court has expanded in cases like Sunil Batra, Mohini Jain, Puttaswamy judgment. The principle of dignity has become a lens for rights related to privacy, education, um, euthanasia, and also euthanasia, shaping welfare and justice policies. So the UPSC relevance of this article is this strengthens debates on constitutional morality, rights, jurisprudence, and inclusive governance. So the next article we have here is India launches its first vulture conservation portal. It's an environment article. The first vulture conservation portal in Assam. Way Foundation India. Way Foundation India has launched the Vulture Network portal, the country's first vulture conservation portal. So India's vulture population declined drastically due to diclofenac poisoning, right? So making conservation a very urgent. Diclofenac, note this word. So the portal, just a second. So the portal is cloud-based. It's a cloud-based portal available in local languages and focuses particularly on the slender-billed vulture, an important species here, slender-billed vulture, of which only around 800 remain. So it promotes a citizen science awareness and outreach in line with International Vulture Awareness Day. So the UPSC relevance, it's important for species recovery, biodiversity conservation, and digital ecology tools, right? So yeah. Moving on to the next article. So 1500 crores came to boost critical mineral recycling. The Union Cabinet has approved 1500 crore incentive scheme under the National Critical Mineral Mission. National Critical Mineral Mission. So India heavily depends on imports of critical minerals like lithium, cobalt, and rare earths, right? So which are very vital for EVs, electric vehicles, clean energy, and electronics. So this scheme here, it targets e-waste, battery scrap, and vehicle converters, offering capex and opex subsidies to the recyclers. Right, so it aims to create a 270 kiloton recycling capacity and output of 40 kiloton mineral output. So the UPSC relevance is it connects to resource security, green transition, and circular economy. So this is our last article for today. Majorana particles, future of noise-free quantum computing. Scientists are exploring Majorana fermions, Majorana particles that are their own antiparticles, right? Majorana fermions. Particles that are their own antiparticles, first proposed in 1937. So these quasi-particles found in topological superconductors can encode qubits, right? So these can encode qubits non-locally and resist decoherence, which is a major barrier in quantum computing. So even Microsoft's Majorana 1 chip is based on this concept, highlighting its transformative potential. So the UPSC relevance of this article is it's crucial for quantum computing, quantum stability, AI applications, and secure computing, secure data systems, a likely area for GS paper 3 science and tech. Right, so with this we are done with the key articles of today's current affairs. So now let's test your knowledge. We have two prelims MCQs here. You can answer these MCQs in the comment section below. The first question is, consider the following statements about GST 2.0 reform. So the new GST structure has only two slabs, 5%, 18%. So essentials like milk products and fertilizers are under the 18% slab. Sin and luxury goods like tobacco, pan masala fall under a special 40% slab. Which of the above statements are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, and 1, 2 and 3. The second question is, the unique disability ID card recently made mandatory for 17 welfare schemes was launched under which act? 1. Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016, National Social Assistance Act 1995, Persons with Disabilities Act 1995, Digital India Act 2015. So we also have two mains questions here. You can answer these and practice by yourself. So the question is, discuss how the principle of dignity under Article 21 has evolved through judicial interpretation. How does it shape welfare policies in India? So 10 marker, 150 words question. The question 2 is, examine the strategic and economic implications of the proposed EU India Free Trade Agreement, which is in news. So, what challenges must be addressed to ensure mutual benefit? It's a 15 marker questions, 250 words, right? So, yeah, friends. So, those were the most important current affairs updates for 4th September 2025. We covered key themes ranging from tax reforms and education policies to biodiversity and quantum computing, right? So if you found this session helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, answer today's MCQs in the comment section. We'll be checking your responses. Thank you so much for turning in, and see you tomorrow with another crisp and exam focused session. Thank you. Have a good day.